Good. Right. What's up, dreamers? I'm Zeke, and welcome to the Dream Green Show Conversations. Got a little Respirado. Now, we're going to be talking about today's economy in this video. I got some videos I've never seen before that we're going to be reacting to. That I have some conversations about how the economy is going right now in America. So let's go ahead and pull up the first clip.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely fucking drowning financially?
Yeah, I can stop you right there. I could promise you, with the way inflation is going, she is not the only person that could relate to what she's saying in this video. I don't know how bad it's about to get, but when she asked that question, I'm sure a lot of people went to the comment section and said, yeah, I'm right with you, because I could promise you right now, I've been in her situation before where it felt like I was struggling, and then there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. Just a few years ago, before I turned my investing career around and really found out about investings and got into YouTube, I was living as using a ice cooler as my refrigerator. So I definitely been in where she is, but that was a few years ago when the economy wasn't to shambles. So, but right now, while inflation rates are high, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people that can relate to her. Now, if I had that boom I had in YouTube a couple years ago and it was like, hey, I'm gonna move to a big fancy house now that I'm making a little bit more money, right now my lights will be off inside the house. My income started to increase, and I stayed on the same lifestyle that I was already living. I did not upgrade my car, I did not upgrade my house. I just stayed on the same lifestyle I was living, even though my income upgraded. And I'm planning on not upgrading my lifestyle until my income probably double again. So guys, don't have one good year and think that you could just change your whole lifestyle. Have multiple good years. But let's continue this video.
Single 29-year-old woman. I have 3 jobs. And I'm still fucking struggling. And
That's pretty normal for our generation to have more than one job. Back in the day, you could have one career. Now, most people have 2 jobs and a side hustle, and some people even have 3 jobs.
Getting myself farther and farther into credit card debt because I don't have enough after the first of the month to avoid using it. It just isn't working. Full-time job. Not doing it. Got a second job. It's barely doing it. The third job. Hit or miss. If I even get paid on time.
Oh, nah, see, this is where she's messing up. All right, if you got a full-time job and a second job, your third job don't need to be the hit or miss job. Your third job need to be, your first job, you're working for someone else. The second job, you're working for someone else. That third job, you need to be working for yourself. Even if it takes a couple of years for you to eventually grow that third job, which is for yourself, to surpass your second job, and then eventually surpass your first job, you don't need to be working for 3 other people. That third one, you really need to find a side hustle in order to make money for yourself. That's wrong. You can't always work for someone else. There are going to be people out there, haters out there, that don't, even if you're making $100,000 job, they're going to work for you and say, hey, you still working for someone else. You're going to stay broke forever. That's what they're going to say. Even with a 6-figure job, they're going to say, you working for somebody else, you're going to stay broke forever. But as long as you're working for somebody else and you still working for yourself some kind of way, you're going to be all right. But that's problem number 1 I see for her already. 3 jobs working for someone else. That ain't it.
I feel like I'm drowning, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if any industry is doing well right now. I used to be a server. I used to have all this cash every night whenever I would walk out with cash. And I don't have that anymore. And I don't even know if they're doing okay right now.
18 to 20% tip automatically. The tip industry where I'm at is crazy. You should be making, I don't know what you doing with your tips, but hey, no, I ain't buying that.
Like, I have seriously considered quitting my full-time good job to go back to serving, because at least I can have I can just like use my personality and try to get more money than
Go ahead. They make a good living.
minimum wage or what an entry-level job pays people nowadays. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Try to call my mom. She didn't answer. Snapchat my friends about this because I just needed a vent, but I just...
Oh, that's diabolical right there. Oh, I'm calling my mama. She ain't answer.
feel like I'm drowning. It's like, okay, do I just find a boyfriend so I can split everything with him? Like, sorry.
Man, but it's
Like, I just...
that's crazy.
I'm too stubborn, and I just want what I want, and I just can't do that or be that way. So yeah, friends, I might say no to your weddings. I might say, and I have said no to bachelorette parties, and I just can't. I just fucking can't. But is it anyone else, or am I just a dumb bitch with money? Because I used to not be. My credit used to be fucking phenomenal. Credit card bill, paid it all off every single time. It's not like that. It can't be like that anymore. Oh my God, this is so long. And do I know it's fucked up? I know it's fucked up.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
Okay. All right. This feels a little bit better. Feels a little bit better already, I'm not gonna lie. Just wanted...
Basically, is her lifestyle is not what it needs to be. She needs to either downgrade and have a different house, move inside an apartment, anything like that. But in order to help recover from her credit card debt, and then once she do that, then she can set an investment goal or some plans in order to help upgrade her lifestyle to what it used to be. Because it sounds like she used to have money, everything was fine. Interest went up, COVID happened, and then it went down the drain from there. And she tried to keep the same lifestyle before that she had after. But working as a server, if you're pretty good at it, could bring in a lot of money. So if you could do that, pay off some of that credit card debt, use that credit in the smart way other than having debt, but use it to get points, and you can use that to help pay off even more of your debt. Do it that way. But it sounds like she just needs to change her lifestyle than it was when she had money.
Are we really struggling in this economy,
Yes, we are.
or is everything a facade? I just can't help but wonder to notice that everywhere I go, packed to the brim. Restaurants are packed. Cafes with $12 lattes, huge lines. Erewhon with 20-something dollar smoothies, huge lines. Grocery stores packed. The other day, I called a bunch of nail salons just to get a basic-ass pedicure. All packed, all busy. They had no availability to squeeze in a 30-minute basic pedicure. And I'm thinking, I thought we were near a recession. I thought the economy is bad. I thought people were struggling
She might be on to something, but I got something cooking for you.
with groceries and bills. Yet everywhere I go, restaurants, bars, cafes, packed to the brim. Malls, packed. Target, go to Walmart, everyone's cart is packed. Everybody's cart is packed. Trader Joe's, Costco, everybody is packed. Everybody is buying things, a multitude of things. And everything is more expensive due to the inflation, but where are people getting this money from then? I thought we were struggling. Am I the only one who's been noticing this?
One key thing I picked up from this was that she named all the places that women go. Walmart, Target, nail salons, the bar to get a smoothie. All these, it sounds like women are doing better than men because hey, listen, they gonna spend their money. Women is gonna spend their money to feel good and to look good. And if they look good, they gonna get a man to split half the bill like the first woman should have been doing. I ain't gonna say she should have been doing that. I ain't gonna say that, but it sounds all the places that she was naming sounds like it really sounds like women places to get smoothies, the nail salon, things like that. Because I know a lot of men in the black community that are going bald that don't have to be bald because they can't afford a haircut. Because haircuts prices has been inflated as well. I'm talking about haircuts are $35, $45, $50 per haircut, sometimes $90 for a haircut. And now the men is like, nah, I'm gonna shave my head and go bald before I pay for a $50 haircut. Because we got to get haircuts every week, every 2 weeks, every week, every 10 days. We got to get a haircut. I'm growing my dreads out because I can't afford a haircut, right? Men can't go to all the basketball and baseball and football games that we want to because of inflation. I mean, they not being sold out. But women, they gonna find that money to go to that concert. They gonna find that money to go get their nails done because it costs for them to live. It costs for them to live. But for us, we gonna shave that head and go bald because we can't afford the haircut. So she might be on to something there. Women gonna find some money. They might be making more money than we know. Yeah, us men, we broke. All right, so we're on YouTube. I seen this funny video. Let's watch it right quick. I started it.
Okay, can you? I'm sorry, I didn't. What, can you say that again?
Yeah. Hi, Tatiana. This is Shelly from HR.
From HR, okay. No, I don't remember you, but what's going on?
Well, we had a discussion.
See how let's see if they're firing people because of the economy for no reason, or is it a big deal? You know, let's see what's going on.
Ago about your absenteeism and tardiness.
Okay.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at work?
All right, now, me personally, I have a big thing with tardiness. Don't be late. There's 1,000 people out there that want your job, that want to have their bills paid to afford the cars, to eat, to survive. Don't be late. You know, that's your responsibility.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay.
So, unfortunately,
All right, let's see how late she was.
on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12. We
Wow.
had a discussion about that.
12,
Remember?
12 minutes.
All right, now, HR wouldn't be calling you because you're late one time. Because you're late 12 minutes one time to your job, they won't be calling you. You got to be more to the story. Yes.
Yeah, but you know they're waiting on you to be there, clocked in and ready to work at 6.
Okay. Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today because
They fire her for 12 minutes. But like I said, they will call you for one time. Let's more to the story.
on 7/28 you clocked in at 6:21.
21 minutes.
I knew it was more to the story. You better stop being late. Oh my God.
That's 21 minutes of company time.
Oh.
But I still work though. Like I still like. Why didn't y'all tell me that today when I was just at work?
Nah, you can't be late, bro.
Because I handle all the HR, so they wanted me to call you because we had that discussion, remember, about...
And that was the day that I let my. All right, keep going.
So you were also on 8/8, you clocked in at like 6:32.
That was it. Okay, so I let my cousin use my car.
Oh, no. Well, I know this is not real. I know this can't be real.
He didn't bring it. He overslept or something. He didn't bring it back till.
I know content. I know content when I see content. This can't be real. Hold on. 200,000 followers TikTok. I knew this wasn't real. It couldn't have been real. First of all, you 12 minutes late, and then 20-some minutes late, and then you late because you let your cousin use your car. I knew this was for content. It had to be for content. 200,000 followers in a TikToker. Yeah, she baited y'all in it too. But that video is not real. Ain't nobody that dumb on wondering why they got fired when you're late 3 times, over 30 minutes in 1 month, and they told you about it. Nah, I knew it was... I knew, but the second time I knew this video had to be fake. But you know, there's TikTokers out there that create videos to make you bait in. But let's take a look at my Instagram. All right, so I posted this over on my Instagram earlier this week. If you guys not following me, go follow me over there. But I posted men who are over 30 give one piece of money advice to men who are in their 20s. It could be about anything. All right, so let's look at some of the comments. This is what I said. I said, hey, my advice would be buy a share of Nike before you buy a pair of Nikes. So own 1 share of Nike before you go buy them Jordans, right? Because when your friends pull up and they say, hey, I got the new pair of Jordans, you can look at your friend and say, thank you. He gonna be, what you thanking me for? Hey, when you buy Jordans, I make money. I'm a shareholder. I own Nike. I own what you just bought. You pay me. Especially, you know what I'm saying, that Nike is at the price it is right now. You're going to be everyone around you is going to be way more impressed with you saying that you own Nike than the pair of shoes that he got on. Yeah, I understand the value of Jordans go up over time, blah, 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 blah. Not in this market. the value of Jordans ain't going up in this market. Now you own Nike. So buy a pair of Nike before you buy a share of Nike before you buy a pair of Nikes. Own a share of McDonald's before you buy the hot and spicy. Yeah, go buy the share of McDonald's and they pay dividends, right? Get that Apple share before you upgrade your phone every single year. Build ownership in wealth. Now let's take a look at the comment section and see what other people were saying. All right, so here we are in the comment section. All right, so here we are inside the comment section. Does one share make that much of a difference? No, one share does not make that much of a difference. But let's read it. Does one share make that much of a difference? Even if you buy one share a week, okay. It was under the impression you needed thousands of shares in many years before you can cash out a decent sum. Also, should I buy from a different company every time rather than put all my eggs in one basket? So I said, once you buy one share, you get addicted. All right. Once you buy one share of something and become an owner of something, you get it. Once you get your first tattoo, right? You go back and get your second tattoo, your third tattoo, you get addicted to tattoos. That's how most people end up with multiple tattoos. Once you get your first piercing, you get multiple piercings. Once you buy your first pair of shoes, your first pair of Jordans, you end up becoming a sneakerhead. Once you buy your first share of stock, you become addicted to investing inside the stock market. So buy that share, and then eventually over time, you're going to continue to invest inside the stock market. So yes, buying one share a week adds up. Look at me. I have an over $100,000 portfolio, $200,000 portfolio from starting off with buying half a share. I was buying fractional shares at the time, and I got addicted inside the stock market, and now I'm at over $100,000 portfolio. All right, there goes somebody else said, buy one share of stock a week. That got 23 hearts. That is something awesome to tell a 20-year-old. Start investing young because the compound interest you will make will be greater than when you get older. Avoid family court at all costs. That is awesome advice. All right. Don't get in bad debt for any reason. Don't do it. Don't get in bad. There's a such thing as good debt, like applying for a loan to buy a house or to start your business. And then there's bad debt to where you can't even pay your credit cards back. One less drink, one more share. There we go. Don't try to buy her love. Hey, these are men talking. Your clothes aren't excess, not even those Jordans. That's the same thing I just said. If that ain't in a climate control, preserved environment, invest in money. Women who only want men and labels don't understand fashion anyway. There we go, talking about women. Okay, make a goal and stay with it. Small contributions consistently towards goals will add up and get you to where you want to be. It's a marathon. Consistency is key. Learn the difference between an asset and a liability. Oh my God, that's great advice. I'm gonna heart that. There we go. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. That might be a book we need to check out. Avoid romantic relationships until you are at least 37. That's a woman talking. Oh my God. Invest early. Save and invest. Invest in life insurance. That is, invest in life insurance. Learn how the stock market works and how to trade. Get rid of the people around you that don't feed your positive mindset. Your mindset is one of the key factors in life. Your mindset will change everything around you. Patience is key to unlock the doors. I'm not a man, but I don't see it on here yet. Wrap that thing up. Child support is a real thing, and many women are out here looking for you to fill the position of baby daddy for the sole purpose to line their purses. Don't be so quick to get married either. Get your bag first. Man, as a woman talking now, stack that cheese. Chase money, not women. There's a lot of things about if you want to make some money, you need to leave these women alone. So I guess while you're in your 20s, hustle. Find your woman when you get in your 30s. Take it from the men in their 30s. You don't have as much as you think you do. Bruh, you real. You don't have as much as you think you do. Trust me, you don't. Invest 10%. There go another one. Don't waste your money trying to keep up with women or impress them. Dang, hey. So what I'm saying from this right here is men in their 30s broke because they talk to these women. Now I'm married now. I can tell you. Yeah. In your 20s, go ahead and start hustling, brother. So there you go, dreamers. That is a Dream Green Show conversation. Those 4 clips right there basically is summing up our economy People are out here working 3 jobs and struggling for ends to meet, going into credit card debt, everything like that. And then there's women out here that's keeping up with the Jones. They got to get their nails done. They got to get these smoothies. They got to stay in shape in order to keep the appearance up and live a certain lifestyle. When they really need to downgrade their lifestyle to get out of debt. And then I thought people was getting fired for being 12 minutes late, but that video ended up being a TikToker making videos. So that has nothing to do with anything. And when it comes to people in their 30s giving young men in their 20s advice, the reoccurring thing was to start early. The earlier you start investing, the more money you have in the long run from the compound interest effect. And I also say really start to hustle in your 20s. Leave these women alone. Be safe. Don't pour all your money into these women in your 20s. Wait until you get into your 30s. That's just what the comments say. I'm not saying what other thing, but I'm just saying that's what the comments say. And then you guys should have a kickstart to other people in their 20s that's wasting their money. So if you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and subscribe, follow this page, hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out more than you can even imagine. If you want to see more great, amazing content, and whenever I buy and sell stocks, access to my $100,000 portfolio, professional day traders, whenever I post my option trades, and 3 free courses. If you want access to all that, join the Patreon. That link is going to be down in the description. You click that, sign up. That Patreon to take you over to my Discord. Over there, you have access to my courses, day traders, everything like that. So if you guys want to check that out, that link is going to be down in the description. But other than that, I'm Zeke, bring you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.
Tipping? Don't tip? How much? Is it really that big of a deal? All right. We gonna see.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just have one quick question for you.
All right, I see what kind of video this is gonna be. But in this video, we're gonna tipping for doing nothing. But we're gonna talk about tipping. We're gonna talk about tipping in America versus tipping in Europe versus tipping in Japan. We're gonna see the point of views of people that tips a lot, people that have tipped nothing at all, and from the actual waitress themselves. We're gonna watch videos from them, and then we're gonna watch some heart-filling moments inside of the restaurant industry when it comes to tipping. So we got a lot of videos watching this one. Make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. So dreamers, let's go ahead and grow this channel. Okay, let's take it overseas and see how they do it over there.
Here's your bill, ma'am. Oh, and it looks like you guys already included the tip. Thanks. Oh, actually, the tip is not included, and we recommend that you tip us at least 20%. But I ordered like $50 worth of food, and now the total is $70. How is that even possible?
Oh, you ordered $50 worth of food. Now your total $70.
Oh, just look at the bottom of your bill, ma'am. There's a 10% service fee, a 5% restaurant recovery fee, a 5% fee to help us go green, a 3% surcharge that you could avoid if you pay in cash, and then, of course, 10% tax. Then why don't you guys just raise your prices? I mean, I'd rather know the total up front than have all these hidden fees surprise me at the end. Sweetheart, you're asking the wrong person. I don't make the rules, and I still live on tips, and I'd really appreciate it if you leave me one. Excuse me, can I have the bill?
See, that's the situation that put you in. It's not the waiter's fault. It's not the waiter's fault at all. It is these businesses' fault. Oh man, especially if we get good services. You're like, dang, I want to tip you, but I'm getting taxed and I'm getting these service fees. And man, come on now, man, y'all should just raise y'all prices. It don't be the waiter's fault. Don't be mad at the waiters, y'all. It's these businesses.
Please? Of course, ma'am, the total is 30 euros. Oh, okay, so then altogether that should be like 37 euros, right? No, just 30 euros. Oh, do you guys not have tax? Of course we have tax, ma'am. It's just included in the price. Ah, that makes a lot more sense.
So I think they got it figured out over there. When they bring you your bill, they say it's $30. It's gonna be $30. Everything is included. I hate going to the register when they say it's $25 for a T-shirt. Then you get to the register, they're $25. Well, I live in Texas. When we get to the register, it's gonna be $27 or something like that. But man, that's crazy. I think they got it figured out over there. Man, whatever your bill is what your bill is. That's how much you're gonna pay. All the taxes and everything is already included on what you're ordering.
I'm literally at the airport at the self-checkout machine buying a water. Self-checkout. Who is this even going to? Like,
Oh,
again, self-checkout.
first of all, the water the water was $5. Self-checkout. They're asking for a tip at self-checkout. I think tipping culture in America has gotten out of hand in some places. That's one of the places. Self-checkout tip? Man, if you don't get on my face. Oh, boy, that's crazy. Dreamers, what you think about that? Tipping at self-checkout? Have you ever left a tip at a self-checkout? I don't know. Let me know what you think about Dreamers. Drop that in the chat.
How's your night going? Nice, dude.
That's all you ordered?
Yeah.
This is a nice house.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I just I crave these late at night, man.
Yeah.
These are so good. You ever had these?
I haven't. My
Oh,
kid's like,
dude. You've never had one? Try one.
you sure?
Yeah. Tell me what you think.
Oh, they have bill on it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fire.
I didn't tip you on the app. Can I just tip you in cash? Is that cool?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I never thought I would ever meet somebody like you. I watch your videos. Man, you're amazing.
You're amazing, dude.
So crazy. I can't believe it. Are you serious?
Yes, for you.
You're lying, dude.
No, man.
I'm shaking, man.
Dang.
Thank you, man.
Hey, God bless. You're out here grinding, bro. You deserve
Every
it.
night, man. This is a blessing.
He out there grinding every night. See, that's the difference between tipping because you want to and tipping because you have to. It's like, you know, when you have to do something, you always kind of feel a certain way about it. But when you want to do something and go out your own way to help somebody, man, that feeling is crazy. You seen that hug at the end? Come here, bro. Tuck that in. Man, hey, I like watching videos like that. All right, we back overseas. We in Japan now. So this is America versus Japan. See, they don't take tips in Japan. You tip them in Japan, they're gonna be pissed off at you. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're gonna be like, what you doing giving me money? What? Don't tip them.
Yeah, that was so funny. So you ordered Americano and these capsules. Alright, total is $5.99. You better tip me. Yeah, I know, it's so funny.
Oh man, that's crazy because if them places that they just turn the screen around. They just turning the screen around and say, hey man, how much do you want to tip? And the thing is, who even gets that tip money? The people in the back, the server, who get that tip money? All they doing is turn around the screen and then they're asking for the tip before you even get your food. They can literally mess up the food or your drinks or your order before you even get the food. So if you don't tip them anything, they kind of like, oh, all right, you ain't gonna tip me nothing? Hey, get them. Right there, they threw the bag in his face. But if you tip them something, ain't nothing gonna change. So how they gonna ask for a tip before you even got your food? Hey man, that is the tip culture today. 30% for doing nothing. In Japan, you know, they don't really take tips. So that's the crazy part. So we're gonna stick in Japan a little bit. I think they got it figured out better than we got it figured out.
If you're in Japan, tipping isn't the way to go. It can really create some confusion. Unlike the crazy tipping culture in the US, giving a tip in Japan usually gets a thumbs down. Sometimes it can even be seen as offensive. The Japanese take great pride in their service and believe it should be exceptional without the need for additional incentives. Those working in the service industry see delivering top-notch service as part of their job, so tipping might be interpreted as a pity gesture for supposedly insufficient wages.
A pity gesture as insufficient wages, but they pay them well enough over there. So it's like, man, take pride in your job. That's really good.
Creating discomfort. However, there are exceptions. Some high-end Japanese hot spring resorts or private tour guides might occasionally accept tips, but exercise caution. Handing over cash directly can be deemed impolite. To avoid awkward moments, it's best to inquire beforehand about their tipping policy. If you decide to tip, place it in an envelope and hand it over.
Everybody got to figure it out but us. I really believe it. Everybody got to figure it out but us. Show me something. Show me something that don't have it. You know what I'm saying? That's worse than America tipping. That's pretty cool. I like their tipping culture over there. Pay your workers fair wages. The only thing is that with tipping, some waiters can make $600 and the other one make $150 in one night. So you can make a lot more money when it comes to tipping, or you can make bare minimum. So I know people hate relying on tips, but some people love relying on tips. So I mean, maybe we got it figured out. They looking at us, it's like, dang, they can make $650 in one night working. I finna go to America, be a waitress, and get tips. And we looking at them like, I guess which side of you on? If you the consumer, you want to be in Japan. If you're the waitress over there in Japan, they probably want to be in America and make $600 a night. So, hey, it all depends. And this is his rules, not mine, so let's check it out.
I tip someone. So feel free to comment below whether you agree or disagree with my list. The first one's probably gonna trigger some people, but if I don't like the service, I don't tip, period. I don't care how many people I'm paying for, I don't care how big the bill is. If I didn't like the service, I'm not tipping. And I'm not saying like you need to come over and kiss my boot. You just need to generally be respectable and act like a normal human being, and then you get your tips. Number 2 is I never tip on to-go orders. I just don't, and I never will. Number 3, I don't tip based off an outcome.
I mean, so who pack your orders, my boy? Who make sure your order right? Huh? Who put the utensils inside that to-go bag? I ain't saying you gotta tip the full percent. You can tip $1 or $2, $2, $2 or $3. So, you know, thank you for preparing my order, making sure it was right. Not a lot of money, but you tipping something. All right. I tip even if it's a bad outcome.
That the person can't control. For example, if a waiter's bringing you food and the chef fucks it up, I'm still gonna tip the waiter. If a blackjack dealer deals me shitty hands, I'm still gonna tip the dealer. Because at the end of the day, if they can't control it and they're doing their best, I'm still gonna tip them. Next up, when it comes to the little menu where you select how much you're gonna tip, I either select 12 or 15%. However, if you have one of those menus that start at 17%, I'm gonna click custom and tip 10%.
I told you about having that option. It's like when you're forced to do something, it make you say, nah, I don't feel like doing it. Dreamers, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. You making me do it? You making me do? See, you was gonna get 15%, but since you trying to make me do 17%, I'm gonna give you 10. Oh, this dude is diabolical.
Next rule is if it's possible for me to choose, I will always tip after everything has been completed. For example, Uber Eats or DoorDash deliveries, I'm not gonna tip at the very beginning. Once you deliver the food and it's not fucked up, then I'll give you a tip. And last but not least, the only 3 places I actually tip at are restaurants, where I'm sitting down and eating, casinos, where I tip the dealer, or bars, where I tip for alcohol. Anything else like boba shops, ice cream shops, I'm not tipping.
Hey, he got a system. He stick to it. He don't think about it too hard. He in, he out. Everyone should have a system. I'm going to go ahead and get my system together. If you already got a system, go ahead and drop that down in the chat. Drop that down in the comment section. But, you know, I kind of agree on a lot of things he said. I tip a little bit on to-go orders depending on where I'm ordering from. Now, if it's like a McDonald's to-go order at a small mom and pop at a fast food restaurant, no, I'm not tipping on to-go order. Put my stuff in the bag. You get paid. You don't live off wages. Let me go about my day. But you know, I usually tip a little bit on to-go orders. What do y'all do? Let me know what you do down on to-go orders in the comment section. Okay, this lady did not tip at all. Let's find out why.
I just sat down to eat and I didn't tip. But wait, let me tell y'all why. Before the tip gangsters come at me.
The tip gangsters, okay.
Let me tell y'all why, and then y'all tell me what y'all would have did, right? So I went in. As soon as I walked in, they had me order. As soon as I walked in, order and paid. As soon as I walked in, gave me my cup. I had to get my own beverages, right? Now. Okay,
gave you a cup. You get your own beverage. Like sounds like a Chipotle type of deal or something like that. Okay.
They brought the food to my table, right? But I had to refill my own drinks and I had to clean the table before I left. I had to get rid of my plates, my dishes. I had to throw everything away before I left and wipe down the table. So I didn't tip. Was I supposed to tip? Would you have tipped? Was I wrong? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nah, you ain't wrong. You sound like you're eating at a. If I go to McDonald's, they're gonna give me a cup. If I sit there to eat there, they're gonna bring out a tray. Let's say I'm at Whataburger at McDonald's. Well, y'all know about Whataburger. Y'all ain't in Texas. Only people from Texas know about Whataburger. So I'm gonna say McDonald's. All right, they gonna give me a card. I go sit down. They bring me out the tray with my food on it. I'm refilling my own drink, and when I'm done, I put the tray up on top of the little trash can part, throw away my food, and leave. Do you expect a tip at McDonald's? No. So wherever she ate at, they should not expect a tip. I don't even think you can tip at places like that. Can you? Can you even tip at places like that? No. It depends on the situation, on where she. No, don't tip. That don't even sound, man. Go to a real restaurant and then ask us about tipping. That's fast food.
You know what the craziest part about being an upscale server is? It's the wine sales. Look at this. Tonight I sold a 675 bottle of Opus One twice. 2 Camuses at $175 a piece. I sold a Jordan at $180. Robert Mondavi at $170. Then I sold a nickel for $225.
All right, listen. A wine bottle, right? If I give you a $25 wine bottle and give you a $600 wine bottle, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm corking the bottle, putting it in your cup. That's it. This dude is coming up for doing the same service at different price points. That's what.
Impressed. Holy shit. Tonight I pulled with Joseph. How much did you sell tonight?
$1,864.
Our gross sales were $5.6 thousand. How much did you make on the credit card tips?
I had 5 tables tonight, and I made $362. How much did you make?
$362, which is 5 tables. Oh, that's crazy.
Hi, Kyle.
My total credit card tips was $1.3 thousand.
God, dude.
My wine sales alone was $2.2 thousand.
Oh, this dude coming up for doing the same exact thing as pouring the $30. See, I want to work there. All this complaining about living off of tips, that's where I want to work, where I can make $1,000 in a night.
This $1.3 thousand, I only had 4 tables tonight, which is crazy.
The service industry ain't no joke. I've worked here for over 2 years as a server, and tonight was my best night working with Kyle, pulling with the GOAT.
Before tip out, we're walking with $832 a piece.
And just one more thing, hit that plus button on the side right there.
Hey, man. Hey, that's why some people go inside the service industry. They might start small, get real good at it, and then go up a restaurant level every year, up a restaurant level every 2 years. Because once you start making $500 a night, hey, you working at the right place. You ever seen Bear? And on that show Bear, when they was working at that really, really good restaurant in season 1, where they was knowing the customer names before they got there, those people are the ones that tip. That's where I want to work. The 5-star Michelin restaurant. That's where I want to work. I'm going to get tipped. So depends on where you're working, it decides on how much you're going to make. Now, it is a difference on getting tipped if you're a guy or if you're a girl. Let's check out these ladies that work here in Houston.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
$3,500.
30. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yep, it's a big difference between being a guy and a lady.
Because why not? This is a 10-10 experience. Okay?
Hey, whoa. What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
$5,500. You see it.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
$1,500. Ooh, he needs to come back. So give me my money.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
So the biggest tip I ever gotten was my rent paid by one of my renters.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
She got her rent paid. You can't even put a price on that. Oh, my God.
Like $2,000, but I'm waiting on my $10 million tip. That'll get me out the game.
What's the biggest tip you've ever received here?
The biggest tip I've ever received here were from out-of-towners, came from Chicago, tipped me $500 cash. Big spenders.
Big spenders.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
The biggest tip was $700. I had a local rapper come in. He tipped pretty good.
Had a local rapper come in, $700 in a night, $500, $5,500. I'm not saying that's all the time. That's the biggest they ever got. But, man, that is just for one table. That's just from one tip. Not the whole night. That's just from one tip. She hitting 500. All right, that might, hey, man, hey, you use what you got to get that bread. Well, I tell you, that's crazy, chat. All right, here a little reality of some waiters that look like a Cheesecake Factory. I don't know.
How much think you'll make tonight? Man, I hope I'm feeling like 225. That's all, 225.
All right, let's see what the guys make versus what the women make.
25.
Okay, how much money did you make?
I did 271. So
Okay, 271 in the night.
money.
Pretty good.
300.
300, big money, dude. How we do?
500.
She made more than the guy. 271 versus 400.
Go.
200.
200?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how we do?
290.
290, big money. Let's go.
So she got 290. 290. What did she expect?
250.
250? Okay. All right, how we do? How we do?
I made 275 after tip out.
Let's go.
275. So the guy still made the least.
Big money. All right, how much you making tonight?
I got for size $300.
300 out, big money, big money. All right, how we do?
I made 285.
Big money, let's go. How much you making tonight?
250. It's Friday, and I'm in the bar.
All right. Big money. How do we do?
349.
Big money.
Out of here by 10:30.
Let's go. How much think you'll make tonight?
I'm gonna say 250 tonight.
Okay. It's Friday. All right, how we do?
Hello.
Hello.
We make 236 tonight.
Yeah.
Big money. How much you think you'll make tonight?
230.
230? Not bad. Oh, how'd you do?
217.
217. Big money. Big money.
Okay, I'm making 220 at least.
Okay. All right, how we do?
Okay, I'm rich.
Okay.
I made 300.
Big money.
Big money.
Let's go.
Hey, so, working at places like that, most of them made around 220 or above. Some of them made over $300, but that is not bad. So, people, as much as we complain about tipping culture in America, they're still out there making livable wages. And we are complaining about tipping, but we still do because we know that it's because we understand the system that they are living off of tips, even after all the BS and stuff, all the service charges and taxes that get added on. We're still taking care of the waiters out there to where they're able to make $200 a night. And as we've seen, there are a lot of people out there that don't like tipping, but just as much as people that don't like tipping, there are big tippers out there to help these people out when it comes to them to surviving, living off a tip there.
I have a $100 tip in one hand and a $1,000 tip in another hand. I'm gonna let my waiter pick which tip he gets. All right, man. I got your tip in my hands. Pick which hand.
This one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna that one.
All right.
Appreciate it, boss. Appreciate it.
$1,000.
$1,000. I'm finna distribute this with my team.
All right, you're legend. Give him an extra 100 then too.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, have a good night.
Hey, he said he gonna distribute it to his team. That's. See, he brought it up. I'm gonna distribute this to my team. I think the girl didn't distribute it to her team. She took that weight, but he was like, hey, I'm gonna distribute this to my team.
Man, you too. I appreciate you.
Yeah, y'all live?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys. Hey, you're nice for sharing that, for real.
Nah, you gotta give in order to receive.
You're a legend for that.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate what you're doing. Actually, nice meeting you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep chasing your dreams. Hey, thank you. And keep believing in yourself. What you're doing is actually crazy. I'm glad.
Hey, he giving him the pep talk. He received the money, but he giving the dude the pep talk to keep doing what he do. And he out there doing some good stuff.
You actually are doing it big, and it's just actually potential for me to do it big too,
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Inspiration. Hey,
and keep
thank
inspiring
you.
people.
For real, have a good night.
So my name's Sean. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack. Nice to meet you, Jack.
Sir. Hey, have a good night.
Hey, Jack is a good dude. Sean, he a good dude too. So yeah, you never know what tipping someone could do for if you receive good service or just for it. Like I said, if you're forced to do something, you don't want to do it, but out the kindness of his heart, he wanted to bless somebody that day, and he picked a server, and that server happened to be a pretty good guy that shared it with his team, and everyone. That was just that whole video was just heartfelt right there. I like seeing that. So let's move over to the last video.
How much you making tonight?
300.
Oh, okay, you almost got it.
Zaria, how much we making tonight?
155.
Angela, how much we making tonight?
150.
Period. How much we making tonight?
130.
How much we making tonight?
250.
Period.
Ah, man.
Hannah, how
she
much
was
we
like-
making tonight? $20. How much you making tonight? Period. I'm gonna make $300.
So yeah, dreamers, that's tipping culture right there. They almost made what they thought they was gonna make at the end, but a lot of them did not make it. She had hit $98, almost hit that $100 price point, but didn't get it. But yeah, dreamers, tipping culture in America, is it out of control? Should we be doing what they're doing in Germany? Should we be doing what they do in Spain? Should we be doing what they do in Japan? Should we increase that pace so we don't have to tip? Do you tip at self-checkout? Let me know, dreamers, let me know what you think about the tipping culture in America down in the chat. I can't wait to do a big tipping video like that. Set up some cameras on the side and then tip the rate of $100 and see how they feel about that. Tip a $200, see how they feel about that. And just really bless their day. But me personally, if I receive good service, you receive a good tip. If I receive bad service, I don't care how much food I order. If I receive bad service, don't expect a good tip. I'm gonna tip somebody because I know the bus boys and the servers and the chefs do get kicked back something when you do the credit card thing, when you pay with the credit card in the back. But tipping culture in America is not out of hand, but on certain things, it's just dumb. Flipping that screen around, dumb. Get that screen out of my face. This is a fast food restaurant. Get that screen out of my face. And then tipping on to-go orders just a little bit. And then tipping on bad service. I mean, not really. But tipping culture in America, do you believe that it got out of hand, chat? Let me know what you think about that, dreamers, down in the comment section. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps out this channel more than you guys can even imagine. And if you do want to start investing, I'm going to leave a link to my Patreon inside the description. Inside my Patreon, it'll take you to my Discord, where you join a community of investors and traders that want to be financially free. So if you guys want to check that out, that link is going to be down in the comment section. But yeah, guys, other than that, I'm Zeke, bringing you the Dream Green Show. I'm out. Peace.
Some brand.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, dreamers? I'm Zeke, and welcome to the Dream Green Show Conversations. Now, we all know that the middle class is struggling right now. They say the middle class is dead, and the reason they're saying that is because of inflation. Inflation is through the roof right now, to where, I'm an investor, we're investors, we invest inside the stock market, we get dividends, we grow our interest. But they're saying that we're having a 6, a 8, or 10% return. If you on that 6% return every single year inside the stock market, then you might not be beating inflation. And all of those gains you've been having over the years is just gonna equal to nothing. Well, they're saying the middle class is dying. Well, guess what, guys? The middle class is not dying, it's already dead. So in this video, we're gonna take a couple of looks at some reels to see how America is doing right now in the middle class.
There are two groups of people right now in America that are struggling. Group number one is the unemployment, the minimum wage, and people living in poverty. That has been a problem for so many decades and needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's unemployed, can't find a job, minimum wage workers. I don't know how minimum wage workers were able to survive so long off of minimum wage, because minimum wage was supposed to be, if you work at a minimum wage job for a full-time job for 40 hours a week, that's what minimum wage was supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to survive off of minimum wage. Ain't no way in hell you can survive off of minimum wage in any state today.
New bucket of individuals. This has started ever since the pandemic. Started a little earlier, but it sped up during the pandemic. This is the bucket of what used to be the middle class. This is the group of people who are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, working 2 jobs in a side hustle.
I said that in my last video, that the middle class, our generation, we're having 2 jobs is normal. Back in the day, you used to have a job, and then your second job was for extra income for you to have fun, take your family on vacation. But in our generation, we have 2 full-time jobs in a side hustle. If you had 2 full-time jobs in a side hustle back in the day, You were growing a business. You were doing well. Everyone was asking, what are you doing in order to get where you are today? Now, you need 2 full-time jobs in a side hustle just to survive. It's crazy.
Barely getting by. These are people who have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, trades, skills, work their way up in a company. So when we hear the boomers saying that you need to work harder, you're entitled.
Yeah, the boomers be booming. I mean, boomers used to could buy a house off of minimum wage, go to college, get a job, buy a house, buy a car, start a family. That's what boomers used to do. Out the house at 18 years old, living life. And let's say, hey, you guys are just lazy. No. We have master's degrees and still struggling. I have my master's degree. And before my feet hit the ground and started running, I was struggling. I'm talking about living. Hey, man, listen, I was struggling, all right? So it was pretty bad to where I had to eat rice. I was eating rice for like 2 weeks straight because I didn't have no money in my bank account. And I had a master's degree. Even though I didn't have everything set up nice and smooth and straight for when I was done. With my master's degree, like internships and stuff like that, humans are humans. We live, we learn. Like a lot of people who have their master's degrees and still struggling. So the boomers can't say, oh, you're not working hard enough. Shut up, boomer. I got my master's degree and everything else is just really hard out there. The middle class is dead. It's either you broke or you're rich and I know the in between.
Lazy. That is why that second group of people are getting so offended, because they're doing everything that they can and they're not working a second job so they can save up for a house or go on vacation or buy their children stuff. They are working a second job just to keep the lights on.
Me and him is on the same page. I just said that, and I ain't even seen this video before, so the middle class really is dead.
Just to have a few extra $100 in an emergency fund. So that second group of people are now speaking up, and both groups need help, and that's why we need to come together and address the cost of living and cost of housing, because if we let this go another 5 to 7 years, we're going to see a huge gap.
It's already a huge wage gap. It's already a huge gap. It is poor or rich. All the middle class people like to think you're middle class. You ain't middle class. You broke. We broke. We all broke. We're poor. You're either poor or you're rich. The middle class, if you're middle class, I promise you 90% of the middle class have another source of income other than that main job.
Wealth.
Is anybody else frustrated right now about how much vehicles cost? Like, has anyone else really just looked at it? Because do you see how cramped I am in here? Okay, imagine whenever it's my...
It's not a bad car. It's a nice car. And you got a front seat, back seat. Yeah, it's not bad. Middle class car.
Husband sitting right here driving. I'm in the back seat with my son. The whole back's packed. Look, you can see the wheel of the stroller. Like, we are so packed in here. And this is the thing, is you can't even afford to upgrade. Like, I can't afford to upgrade to a third row.
I see what she's trying to say. She wants a bigger car, but she can't afford a bigger car. And cars are expensive these days. I mean, you could either take on a loan of a car, you have to pay that off, or you could take that and invest it and stay with the same car. But, as a middle class person, you kind of want your car to match your lifestyle, and it's going to be, conflicted sometimes. So, sometimes you do got to roll in an older type of car and invest that extra money that you was going to be spending on a loan in order to make more money in the future. But I don't know what she said. She need more space in order to have more space for her kids, the stroller, her husband, things like that, and she can't afford to do it.
Nice, absolutely. Can I afford it? Absolutely not. Like, y'all. And then you see all these college kids that graduate and they're going out and they're buying themselves, brand new GMC AT4 Yukons, like having the best life. And I'm like, you're paying $1,700 a month for a car.
I love it. She's going off. Hey, like I said, fresh out of college, we human. We don't know. We dumb. And they spending all that money on a car when they could be buying a house note. When they could be spending that on a house note, they could be spending that on a mortgage, anything like that, and they're buying that on a car fresh out of college. They dumb because they're young and they don't know, but hey.
Like, that's a mortgage payment.
Mortgage payment.
That's a house.
House.
You're driving a house down the road. You know what I mean? It's like I drive a Ford. I drive a Ford Escape. Henry Ford created the Ford car so that, common people, middle class, low.
Henry Ford created the car for common people like us can afford to drive around. Hey, she killing it. She killing it because really, as a middle class, she drive a. There's nothing wrong with a Ford, first of all, but I think she wants a more middle class type vehicle like a Mercedes Benz or a BMW or something like that. There's nothing wrong with Ford at all, but I guess she said she can't afford get it. She can't afford to get a bigger style car.
Middle class folks could afford to have something nice, could afford to drive around, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I can't even afford an Explorer. Don't even get me talking on an Expedition. I need the room in an Expedition. I really do. You can't afford that. You cannot afford that. I'm like, are y'all stupid? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, oh my gosh. Is anybody else in the struggle bus? Like, I'm just so sick.
There's a lot of people on the struggle bus. She's doing fine. She has a car. She's doing fine. Struggling? Sure. Is anybody else on that same bus with her? 90% of America is. 90%.
I'm so fed up, and maybe it's just the Southern woman in me. I don't know. I guess I'm just, you know, a spoiled person. I don't know. But I'm so sick of being cramped in this car. I'm so sick. And that's why I have my...
Yeah, she's definitely from the South. I'm from Texas. It sounds like she's from Alabama or something like that. But it is cheaper to live in the South than it is in any other place in the United States that I know of, especially being in Texas. This is a lot cheaper. And Texas is becoming so much more expensive, especially here in Houston. It's becoming so much more expensive compared to other places. It's still cheap. But man, we finally catching up to the rest of the United States when it comes to these prices.
So I can just breathe. So I can just sit here for a minute and breathe and decompress from the day, because I can't feel like I can breathe in this car whenever the door's shut, because it's that tight in here. Like, this is the crap that we live in. You know, this is the world. This is the world that we live in. Y'all. I don't know. Maybe this is middle class problems. I don't know. You know, do I even qualify as middle class? I don't know. Probably not. I can't.
Okay, what she's experienced is definitely middle class problems. She is complaining that she can't afford a bigger car. But I would be complaining too if I worked so hard. I worked 2 jobs, I got a side hustle, and this is the only car I could afford. I will complain too. Is it a middle class problem? It's definitely a middle class problem, but a good problem to have that you have a car that you can't upgrade. And I feel your frustrations, especially since you're working so hard. And let's take a look at another video.
Being an American citizen is that it's better to be poor than be middle class. Because being middle class is the hardest fucking shit. You literally...
Bro, you really got to be middle class to understand what she talking about, bro. Because you feel it.
Get no fucking help from the government if you are middle class. And you...
She said even making $20 an hour is still poor. Damn.
Barely can survive out here being middle class.
So yeah, if you're middle class, you really don't get any support from the government at all. You're really on your own, while other people get tax cuts if you're rich, and if you're poor, you get assistance from the government. So if you're middle class, you stuck out of luck, you're all on your own.
It's like if you're middle class, you don't qualify for certain things. Like, you can't qualify for an apartment because you got to make 3 to 4 times the rent, and of course you're not making that being middle class. And I'm literally like right over the threshold.
Literally, I love it.
Of being fucking poor. And it's fucking dumb as hell, because if you're making over $2,500 in a month, you can't even qualify for any fucking governmental assistance. That makes no goddamn sense to me. Because $2,500 in a month is literally nothing when you have all other types of fucking bills. America's really like ass fucking backwards.
So yeah, $2,500 a month, supposed to be middle class, but $2,500 a month driving that Expedition, that car that's $1,500, that's half of that gone. Then you gotta pay rent, then you gotta eat. The price of food is gone up. So being middle class, you making $2,500 a month. After all your bills is paid, you're gonna be left with nothing, and with no government assistance. You can't get any assistance for food stamps. The price of food is going up. You can barely eat. So it's like, oh man, being middle class is almost worse sometimes than being poor. If you're making a certain amount, you're gonna get taxed heavy on that. So even if you do got $20 hour job, you're gonna get taxed on that. And so what your check's supposed to say versus what you actually bring home, you're supposed to be middle class, but you're really poor. And it's crazy. It's yeah. She's not the only one out there struggling.
Hey, y'all go ahead and get up.
But it's Saturday.
I know, but y'all know we gotta get down to the laundromat before we get packed today.
So we're gonna lighten the mood a little bit. Growing up, lower middle class. I mean, there's lower middle class, and upper middle class. But middle class is the middle class. So now, now the upper middle class, the normal middle class is gonna be having these same problems that the lower middle class has. So you're gonna be going to the laundromat because your washing machine broke down and you can't afford another $1,000 laundromat because you got a car note, a house note, all your bills, food then went through the roof. So when your washing machine go down, guess what? You're gonna be at that laundromat for quite some time, more than just 6 months. You might be there for a year before you could afford another washing machine if you can't get it fixed.
Mookie, you start sorting out them clothes and TT roll them quarters, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all. Let's go. Hey, make sure you're not in the shower long. You know that hot water run out fast. Everybody else still gotta get in the shower.
Okay.
All right.
I was fresh out of college when I found out that other people's house did not run out of hot water. Because my house definitely ran out of hot water when I was growing up. So when you got in that shower, turn the hot water on, you better use it. And don't be the third person to take a shower because you're going to be taking a cold shower. I was like, that's crazy. That was really crazy to me. I was a grown adult when I found out other people's houses did not run out of hot water. I mean, I don't think the middle class is going to have that problem today with electrical water heaters. But still, that's crazy. I really grew up lower middle class.
So go get them some blankets and stuff so they can make them a pallet on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, you better get them blankets. Ain't no blow-up beds around here.
TT Mookie, y'all come in here so y'all can help me start cleaning these baseboards.
The lights off again.
That's all right. It's all right. Mookie, just go ahead and light some of them candles. It's about to be dark soon. It's all right, y'all. I'm gonna pay.
Yeah, there are definitely people out there in the middle class, the lights being cut off. Their lights are being cut off.
Yeah, you can turn the heat on for just a second, but don't. It's gonna make my bill too high. Or you can just open up that oven so we can get a little warm in here too.
Yes, ma'am.
Open up that oven. If you know, you know. Oh man, if the middle class ever get to having to open up their oven for heat, man, they gotta do something about that. They gotta do something about that. All right, let's move on to the last video of the day.
Inflation in 5 years will probably devalue half of everyone's money listening to this in their 401ks, IRAs, and their soft saving accounts. Like right now, the world is a wreck, and their only solution to the devaluation is they're gonna have to work harder. Over the last 20 years, 2002 to 2022, salaries have increased 27%.
Okay, 27%. Let's continue to listen.
But the cost of a home has gone up 148.
You will have to work 6 times as hard. You will have to work 6 times as hard than your parents did to be able to afford a house. That's why a lot of our generation is house hacking. We're getting duplexes, staying on one side, renting out the other side. That's the only place that you'll be able to, that's the only way that you'll be able to actually afford a house. Or you save up for so long, or you got to apply for some, or your job help you with assisting first-time home buyer loans, stuff like that. To go up 27% in the last 20 years, but the house market went up 148% in the last 20 years. You gotta work 6 times as hard to afford the same house.
In other words, like our cost of living and lifestyles is not keeping up. Average person drives a $60,000 a year car that has a $50,000 a year salary with over $100,000 of student debt, 60% of America living check to check. We have a problem. And being busy is not the solution, and getting another job is not the solution. You have to graduate and develop more of the Gen Z millennial mind that says there's got to be a smarter way.
That's the key. Working harder is not gonna solve anything. You really have to think outside the box in order to. You have to think 6 times harder to work smarter, so you don't have to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
can't be the immigrant way of just work harder, because there is something to say for hard work. But if it's not smart enough hard work, then it's stupid work. It's dumb work. And there's a lot of financial idiots out there that have just not gotten themselves educated.
So yeah, dreamers, the middle class is not dying, it's dead. To work 6 times as hard to afford the same home, you can't afford to upgrade your car, your auntie lights get cut off, and you gotta open the oven just for some heat. It's crazy out there. Most of us gotta work 2, 3, me? How many jobs I got? I got 4 jobs. 4 jobs. I got 4 jobs, 4 almost full-time jobs. I got 4 full-time jobs, and that's normal. That's normal. I work a little harder than most. Most people got 2 jobs in the side hustle. Most people got maybe 3 jobs at max. I got 4 legit jobs that I'm working all the time. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, hit that follow button, because listen, I really be working. So go ahead, hit that button. But yeah, the middle class is not dying, it's dead. A lot of people is financially struggling out there. Let me know down in the comment section, or share with your friends. Let me know down in the comment section if you're poor, middle class, or rich. And if you're struggling, I mean, we don't care what you say in the comment section. If you're middle class and you say you're struggling, cool, let everybody see your problems. You can let people know you're struggling. You don't have to hide it, because you know why you don't have to hide it? Because we all struggling. Even me. Yes, we're all struggling to some source of degree. You can say that down in the comment section, guys. But yeah, if you made it in this video, go hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to learn more about investing on how I grew my account to over $100,000 portfolio, follow me on Patreon. Inside the Patreon, and take it to my Discord. Over there, I post all of my option trades when I buy and sell stocks. And we also have 3 pro day traders in there that post their option trades every single day. You'll have access to my courses that I have in there, and you'll be a part of a community of traders that want to be financially free just like you. So if you want to check that out, that link is going to be down in the description. But other than that, guys, I'm Zeke, bringing you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.
All right. Hey dreamers, I'm Zeke. Welcome to Dream Green Conversations. Let's talk about, can people afford rent or find jobs?
Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm gonna read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive.
Okay, so this is gonna hit a little bit at home, because she's in Houston and I live in Houston, so this is gonna have to deal a lot with me. So this is not renting an apartment, this is actually renting a house outside the city. And she said it's not even an amazing ass house, it's just a regular house. Let's look at the numbers.
The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee.
If you're renting for $16.95, you might as well find a smaller house and own, other than rent for $16.95
per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard, for whatever reason, is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know.
That's crazy. 3.5 times rent. That's how much you need to make per month. 3.5 times. Come on now.
Where people just get up and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Okay,
so 14 square foot, 1985 bill for $16.95 a month. 3 bed, 2 bath outside the city.
Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific.
2 times the rent is more like it. 3.5 times. Come on.
Basic home like this. But this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security.
2 months worth of rent as your security deposit in a 1985 bill. The house older than me. Come on.
Deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670.
Only thing most people can do is have a good credit score. A 670, you can have a good credit score. It ain't that hard. You can get your credit repaired. But all the other stuff, they want a rich person to live in this old ass house. I mean, that's I don't know. That's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home
That disqualifies a lot.
is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay $40 application fee per adult, and let's just say the standard adult is 2 adults, right? You have to pay, if you have a pet, which majority of people in Houston do have pets, dogs, it's a $250 non-refundable fee per pet. So let's just say you have a pet. We're gonna add that up, and then you have to make 2 months of the rent to equal the amount of the security deposit. So that's $16.95 times 2. All right, and on top of that, we're not even talking about
Better get rid of them pets. Better get rid of them pets.
your utilities and all the things that you have set up. They
Right.
want you to have rental insurance before you move in. Standard rental insurance is probably about $25 a month. Let's just say that. Before you can even move into this house, sitting in a savings account somewhere or just idle money, you already got to come off of this amount of
$5,701. So yeah, the housing crisis, not only in America but also here in Houston, when Houston used to be so affordable. Just make first month rent, last month rent, you guys can rent. Now they're looking for 3.5 times rent outside the city. Outside the city, outside the city in Houston is pretty doggone good, but it's a 1985 bill. And that's why a lot of people are actually going inside apartments, because they can't even afford to rent a home. And if you're paying that much to rent a home, you might as well just buy and own a home. Or that's why a lot of people these days are actually house hacking. House hacking is when you get a duplex, you live in one side and you rent the other side out. But it's actually hard to have the capital. It's ways to get the capital and ways to get a down loan payment to own a duplex. But house hacking is when you either get a duplex, you live in one side and rent out the other side, or you can house hack to where you buy a house and you rent out different rooms to your family members or friends to help you pay for the mortgage, right? So you could buy a house and you could charge your roommates a couple $100 every single month to help you, that pays for the house. They have no risk because they're just paying you rent. You have all the risk because you have to pay the loan on the house. So that is one way that you can house hack. Or some people are house hacking to where they would actually Airbnb out their house and just go get a hotel room in Houston during busy weekends, like during the rodeo. They would live in a hotel and rent out their house during the rodeo. Or they would go live in a hotel and rent out their house during the Super Bowl weekend or NBA All-Star weekend. It's a lot of events going on in Houston. That's another way that you can house hack. You own a house, rent it out during super duper weekends, make a little money that way. But yeah, the housing crisis in Houston it's going through the roof, and it's getting kind of crazy actually. Okay, so to lighten up the mood, actually it's not gonna lighten up the mood any bit. Let's take a look at inflation. All right, so this is haircuts. It's $57 for a basic cut in 2021. Right now we're in 2024.
Let me tell you something. This is my client right here. We met in January of 2021 when a basic haircut was $57. And then later on that year in July, I went up for a basic haircut to $80. Next, in November, just a couple months later, we raised the price for
a couple of months later. You went from
men's basic haircut
this is still 2021. He went from $50 to $100 in 1 year.
$100. Then in September of 2022, we moved the price for a basic haircut up to $100.
Basic haircut. Basic haircut.
And $25. And lastly, in February of 2023, a men's basic haircut was $150. And guess who's still here? My client. And don't forget, we got our eyes set on $200 in 2025. Oh, I'm coming for you, baby. I ain't forget. If you would like to learn,
$200 for a haircut in 2025, a basic haircut. See, that's look at this. See, look at this. Look at this. That's why I'm growing on my lots, because I can't even afford to get my haircut for $200 every other week or every week. Really, you're supposed to get your haircut every week. And a lot of people are actually going bald because they can't afford to get their haircut every week for $200 a week for a basic haircut. Inflation is crazy. It's even getting inside our community. $200 for a haircut. better learn how to cut your own hair. But if haircuts getting that expensive, just imagine how much it's going to cost to go out and have a good time, to go out and eat and have a Sunday fun day. It's going to be super expensive. Now let's take a look at how it is getting jobs. All right, so this is a kid, high schooler, probably just graduated high school, looking for a job. He's talking about his struggles. Let's take a look.
I just don't think that no one's just talking about this enough, bro. Can someone please tell me why it's so hard to find a normal 9-to-5 job in 2024? Can somebody please tell me that? I'm going to tell y'all something. I used to work at Chick-fil-A last year, right? I worked there from October to probably, I'm going to say around April or something like that. And then basically I got fired for a reason I'm not going to talk about. And then I'm thinking that, hey, this is just a little time to just decide what I want to do in life, because that was my senior year of high school. Now I graduated. Now I'm just trying to find me a new job. Tell me why I went on Indeed, put in so many applications, and did not get a single job. Not a single one. I'm talking
I'm gonna tell you, that's problem number one right there.
about I applied at Starbucks, I applied at Wendy's, I applied at Car Wash, I applied at Subway, McDonald's. The list goes on. I applied at almost every fast food place that you could ever think of. And I did not get a call back from any last one of them. Okay.
Man, hold on. That's
I'm gonna tell y'all
crazy.
this. I got an email back from Starbucks saying that they're full, they're not hiring, but come on, bro. And I'm saying it'd be the restaurants and businesses that be having saying that the word hire sign out front of their store, out front of their business, be the main ones not calling back. I mean, if y'all are putting up the word hiring sign, ain't the whole point of that is to accept applications or at least give emails or calls back? I'm gonna just tell y'all that trying to find a job in 2024 is not for the weak, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
Okay, so obviously he's looking for an entry-level job, and what he's doing is completely wrong. That's not the way to go to get a job at Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, car washes, and anything like that. These those type of companies are not, even though they have "we need help" signs in the window. If you go online inside of Indeed and apply Indeed, you're not going to get anything back. If you go to Indeed.com and you're applying for a spot at Starbucks, you're applying for a manager position. You're applying for a corporate position at Starbucks. You're not going on Indeed for a car wash position. No. These positions that's on Indeed are for, yes, they have applications that you can fill out on there for basic spots, but they're not checking that. In fact, if you put 0, 1, maybe 1 to 5 years of experience on your application, AI is gonna read that, throw that out the window. You'll never hear from them again. If you want a job at McDonald's, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, even if when they have the signs in the window say help for hire, you go in and you ask a friend, hey, I know you work here at the Jump Place, at Funplex, you working here. Put in a word to your boss, see if you guys are hiring. If you guys are hiring, say, hey, I got a friend I want to work. I want to let you down. It's all about who you know at this point. When you go inside McDonald's, you be cleanly dressed. You have a fresh cut. You walk in, you say, hey, are you guys hiring? They say yes. They say no. You will get a job at McDonald's 10 times faster walking inside 10 different McDonald's and say, hey, with your application, are they hiring? They might hire you on the spot. They might give you an interview on the spot. But if you go online and apply online, you would never hear from them again. I used to be a manager at Abercrombie & Fitch. People that applied online, I never seen them. They would set up a date. I would never see them because those are things that we just wouldn't check. Now, you could apply for different management positions online or corporate management positions online, but still you would have to know somebody kind of sort of through word of mouth. Now, if you was just to walk inside my store and say, hey, I'm high schooler, I go to this school, I'm about to graduate, I'm looking for a little extra income to help me in my college career. I'm a great worker. Here's my experience. Are you guys hiring? I would interview you right there inside the middle of the store and hire you on the spot and say, you can start working next week or you can start working tomorrow. So applying online for entry-level jobs on Indeed, you kind of wasting your time, buddy. You need to go ahead, walk inside that store, ask them straight up front. They'll sit down with you and give you an interview right there. Now let's take a look at a little bit more of a corporate job.
I really feel like I'm never gonna get a job again. Like, I'm so scared because, like, I have been unemployed for 3 months. I'm not eligible for unemployment because I just moved here. I am so stressed out. Like, this has never happened to me before. Like, I've always had a job.
Did she just move there before she got a job or after she lost her job? I'm confused because you shouldn't be moving anywhere if you don't have a job, unless you're moving somewhere to find a job because you can't find any jobs at where you're at currently. She needs to clean her steering wheel. She needs to clean her steering wheel.
Like, I was an honor student, like 3rd in my class, so successful in high school and college. And I have a bachelor's degree in poli-sci. I have 2 years of experience in mental health. I'm a great worker. I'm so organized. But nobody will even give me an interview. And I was crying on the phone with my mom because I was like, what if I literally can't find a job?
Ooh, I know that's tough. I know that's tough. Being in that situation, it's tough. But knowing what I know now, that's tough.
Like, I've been applying for months. Like, I literally can't find anything. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, am I just gonna live with my parents for the rest of my life? Because, like, I'm not kidding you. I literally cannot get an interview anywhere. And I have applied to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs in the past few months. I literally don't know what to do. Like, I'm genuinely so scared. Like, I really am terrified. Like, I don't know what is happening in the world right now, but like, I am a good candidate. I don't know what's happening.
She went to college. That means she should know people. In her situation where she needs to ask some friends that she went to college with, that have jobs, are they hiring? Once again, it's about who you know, not what you know. I understand that she has her bachelor's degree. She has very good grades in high school. She's a perfect candidate to have. We love to hire her, but she can't find a job because she's applying for all of these jobs online and not asking word of mouth in her friends. So since she's applying online, I heard her say, I got 2 years of experience. As soon as she clicked that 2 years of experience on Indeed or any other applications sites, even though with her bachelor's degree, as soon as she hit that 2 years of experience, it's going to go to a folder for them companies, and the companies is going to throw it out the window. They're not looking at the 2 years of experience. What she needs to do a little bit is lie. She needs to AI generate, spoof up her resume and put a lot of stuff on there. Not lie completely. Don't say she's a master at Excel. Go ahead and say you're a master at Excel, even though you're not a master of Excel. But don't go in there and apply for a doctor job and just lie. But you need to spoof up your resume and say, I've been volunteering for the last 15 years, which counts as a job. So I have 15 years of job experience in this industry, right? You got to get a job first. Once you get a job, from lying, you're gonna lie, spoof up your resume from 2 years to 15 years of experience. I promise you that it won't automatically get booted on the system. So you might start getting some call back once you boost your experience level, because it's so hard finding a job with no experience. Like, how are you supposed to get experience if you can't find a job? That's stupid, right? How are you going to get experience if you can't find a job, even though you're better than some of the people working there? So they're looking for experience. So you're going to lie about the experience. You're going to get a job. Doesn't matter what job it is, you're going to get it. You don't have to love this job. But while you're working at the first job that you get, you actually have some income coming to you. While you're working at the first job you get, now you can focus on dialing in your resume, finally applying for the job that you really want. So now you're not working for 3 months, but you have a job for 3 months. It might not be the job you want. It might not be the best job. It might actually be a horrible job, but at least you're getting paid. And then while you're working at this job, every day when you get home, either start your own business, start your own side hustle, or every day when you get home, you still apply to these companies until you finally get that resume right and finally get that job interview right, or you run into the right person that you've been networking. Stop applying for jobs. Stop applying for jobs and go to networking events. Go to networking events in your city. Go to networking events outside of your city. Go to networking events online. Go to different networking events. You will find a job a lot quicker at networking events than applying online. When you apply online, no one sees your face, no one knows you, no one cares. So you need to go to these networking events instead of always applying online. So that way you can finally get a job that you want. So yes, you're going to have to find that job that you probably hate at first and work there a couple of months. And then every weekend you're going to go to a networking event until you find a job that you actually really love. And then that's way that can help her out in the future. So there we go, dreamers. That is the housing crisis, inflation on haircuts, and high schoolers trying to find jobs and post-grads trying to find jobs. Let me know what you think down in the description about any of the videos that you've seen before. Have you been struggling trying to find a job in high school, after graduation, after you got your bachelor's degree? Have you struggled? How's the housing crisis where you at? I know it's pretty bad in Houston right now. What about other cities? Let me know down in the description. And if you guys could hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button, that really helps out this channel more than you guys could possibly even imagine. If you guys know, I do run the Dream Green Show where I post investing videos every single week. If you guys want to be a part of that, I'm going to leave a link to Patreon down in the description. That'll take you to my Discord. Inside of my Discord, I post every single time I buy and sell stocks. I post all of my option trades, and I have 3 pro day traders in there right now that post their day trades every single day, and they have absolutely been killing it. If you want to be a part of a community of traders that want to be financially free just like you, make sure that you check out that link to Patreon down in the description. That'll take you to my Discord. I got 3 courses in there right now, completely free. You sign up, you take that. Inside the course, it'll quiz you to make sure you gain the knowledge. If you fail the quiz, you probably need to take it again. But yeah, all of that is inside of my Patreon. So guys, go check that out. But yeah, guys, other than that, I'm Zeke, bring you the Dream Green Show conversations, and I'm out. Peace.